What is up, guys? Today we are back at the warehouse, and first thing I did is go to Harbor Freight and got one of the pneumatic DAs. It's basically the same exact thing we had. Probably not quite as nice, but it's kind of the same style where it has the handle and you know, same size and everything. So all the pads we have should work with this thing. So we're gonna put that thing together. Hopefully it lasts some time. And then also we got a gallon of Bondo, and that's because we know we're gonna be putting some Bondo on these fenders possibly today. And then also back here we're gonna need some Bondo for this once I get that down. And then the other side, as you know, I didn't get to finish that one, so we're gonna bring that down to the same level as this one, and then from there we'll be able to fill up the back and move on to the rest of the bumper. Well, I've been screwing around over here redoing work. George is over here making moves. He's got his masking tape out, measuring tape out, and making sure everything's perfect. What are you doing here? I'm confused. So this line on the top here is where what? Because I noticed you have it on basically the opposite side of where I would have put this, because I would have put the bottom line where that would have been.
Well, I'm only masking out the bottom line so that I can determine the end point of it, but then I'm also masking the top line so that I can find out exactly where the best part to put that peak will be.
Okay. Sure yeah, no, that totally makes sense. So I've got both top sides to where I'm happy with them for now. We are gonna have to do a little bit of Bondo, like I said here, because it does dip down a little bit, and then also to fill in some of these pinholes. But for now, I'm gonna move on to the back and try and get these all nice leveled out. I know that this portion of the trunk is a little high, so we're gonna have to bring some of that down, but we're gonna build this up as well. And then over here, we're gonna have to build this up. We're probably gonna put tape in there or something, that way we only build up the part that we want. Since the last shot you've seen, I put another layer on here. I did sand it flat and then put another layer on here. And then I was working a little bit in the door jamb here. I just didn't really like how that was. I was just doing some little finishing stuff. Meanwhile, that was drying. And then George has been adding a little bit of Bondo himself. He put a piece of tape across here. As you can see, there's a little ledge right here. And just to kind of get the Bondo uniformly across there. So what I did here is I was basically building up the trunk outward, so that way instead of having that flat piece like we talked about previously, it has a little bit of flare out to match up with the bumper. And so what I'm doing is basically only getting the bonded glass on the trunk right now. That way we're not building up the trunk anymore. And after this is done, I probably need a little bit more over there, but we can go ahead and lift this up and start body working that to go along with this. I'm just trying to basically get this half perfect, and then I'm gonna make this half matte. I did this in preparation to help do this here. I'm gonna have to put some bonded glass here and then work our way up, and basically this whole thing's just gonna have to flow together, and then eventually once that's kind of all figured out, I'll have a template to do this side. Meanwhile, while that's drying, I'm gonna go ahead and hit this door corner and try and get that so it can close. So I got this corner kind of good. I'm probably gonna have to do a little bit more work, but I think that's okay for now. I'm at least content. Has a relatively even gap around there. It's not super flat. Probably gonna have to block that, either add to here or take away from here. I'm not sure about that yet, but I think I'm gonna move on. This should be hardened. I'm gonna take off this cardboard and see where we're at with this. So it looks like I was able to make this thick enough everywhere except for the end here. I guess I should have put a little bit more in there. I'm just gonna take a quick DA to this and see where we're at with it. Alright, so I gotta do this pretty quick here. The battery's about to die, but we're pretty much done for today. I'm gonna have to continue this next time I come, fill in a little bit more of this stuff, probably use the cardboard again, fill in a lot of this over here. I didn't hit any of this, and this does need some filler along with this side, so we'll get to that next time we're here. But I'd say this corner, pretty damn close. Really, this side just needs a lot of work. We're gonna try and duplicate it on this side. George has been working on this thing. Majority of today was pretty much just measuring everything out, squaring everything off, adding this Bondo here. You can see it. I mean, the line is super straight. It does have a little bit of an edge, and that's just because it's built up. We're really trying to figure out this whole thing and kind of where everything's going to flow into itself, and also trying to figure out the levels, because we do know that this one is still probably a little bit lower than that one.